Hello everyone, today we are continuing our transformations unit. We have gone over reflections, so today we will be doing translations. So for translation, what it means is to vertically and or horizontally slide a figure. And our symbolic form is we start off with our coordinates, so x, y. We slide it, and then we follow our rule, so x plus h. Y plus k. The H here is going to represent the horizontal shift. Horizontal shift. And this number here is going to move the X. Our K represents the vertical shift, and that of course is going to move the Y. So that's a vertical shift, moves the Y. So moves the X coordinate, moves the Y coordinate. So let's take a look. For number one, I have already plotted my points, so QRST with these vertices. That's what this looks like. Now we have to find our image. So this is our pre-image. Let's look for these prime points. So for our rule, it says to every X coordinate add 5, and to every Y coordinate add 7. So I'm going to start off with my points. So for point Q, that is -6, -1. Of course, this is my X, this is my Y. And so for my X's, I will be adding 5. For my Y's, I will be adding 7. So my new coordinates, -6 plus 5, that's a -1. -1 plus 7, that's going to be a +6. So this is my new coordinate set for my prime Q. So I'm going to go to -1, and then I'm going to go up 6 in the Y direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Q prime. For my R, I said -3, 1. Again, for my X's, I'm going to add 5 to my X's. I'm going to add 7 to my Y. And so my new coordinate, -3 plus 5, that's a +2. 1 plus 7, that's 8. My R prime is going to be 2, 8. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that's 8 over here. That's R prime. For T, our coordinates were -2, -7. Again, add 5 to my X's, add 7 to my Y. Of course, that rule is going to change depending on, what you are given. So for my T's, that's going to be +3 and a 0. So T is going to be a 3, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 0. That's T prime. And then lastly, we have S. That's a +1. And a -5. Add 5 to my X's, add 7 to my Y's. So 1 plus 5, that's 6. 5 plus 7, that's going to be a -5 plus 7, that's going to be a 2. So for S, that's going to be 6, 2. Let's go 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then +2. That is my S prime. Connect my points, and there we go. We have slid our pre-image, and this is now our new image. So I want you guys to try number 2 on your own. Remember your rule, you're going to subtract 3 from X, and then you are going to add 8 to Y. Okay, that's my little hint. Go get this checked and get your name tallied off. That way we can continue this lesson. For number 7, we are working backwards now. So we have our pre-image, and now we have our image. Here's my primes. So we have to see what the rule is. So we're working backwards. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot every single one of my points, both for my image and for my pre-image. So let's get that done right now. So here I have plotted my pre-image and my image. So these are these points, the coordinates for those points. And so now we have to find how many did our X move, how many did our Y move. So there's a couple of ways to do this, and I'll show you these ways, and then you can just pick your own and see which one you like best. So I'm going to start off by simply counting them. So I'm going to see how my X moved in a horizontal direction and how much my Y moved in a vertical. So for my Y's, I went from this line to this line in the Y direction. So for my Y's, I went up 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I went plus 4 on my Y. For my X's, I went from here to here. Remember, X equals. And so counting those, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went 7 in the positive direction. So I'm going to say for my X's, I added 7. So if you look at your original points, then you have these set out. Here from -3 to a 4, we had to add 7. And from a 3 to get to 7, we had to add 4. So that checks off there. Another way we can do it is using a number line. So for E, we could say this is our X, this is our Y, this is our X prime and our Y prime. So how many on my number line did I go from 0 to 7? So that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went 7 in the positive direction. And then from 2 to 6, count how many units it takes to go from 2 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That means for my Y, I had to add 4. So using a number line, that's another one. Sometimes it's easier to see when we're doing these negatives. So these are all negative. Forgot to draw that. So here from -3 we would, to +4, we would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That still checks off for our +7. And so you can also just do it mathematically on the calculator. So for example, if we're doing our F, we went from -1 to a 6. So remember, our rule says our X plus something is going to give you your prime, right? So this would be your F prime. So I'm going to do the X of my F, my pre-image. Why is this doing this? Let me erase this really quick. So here that would be -1 plus our H has to give us F prime for X, which is 6. So that means in order to solve for my H, I would just say +1 plus 1, and our H is equal to a +7. So that's how I know to do X plus 7. For our F, or we could say our Y, I mean, that rule is Y plus K is equal to F prime for our Y. So we take our Y, -3 plus our K has to equal 1. So here, to get this to the other side, to isolate K, we would have to add 3 to both sides. Therefore, K would be equal to 4, a +4, so I know that Y plus 4 is my rule. So let's write that rule. That rule would say X plus Y. We slid it where X moved 7 in the positive direction and Y moved +4 in the positive direction. So that is a rule, and that is our answer. For number 8, I do want you guys to try that rule. If you want, pause this video, go over the different ways that I showed you, and write your new rule here. And it does have to follow. It does have to follow our rule. I do not know why I wrote X plus here, but oh no, and I messed up over here as well. That's just X, Y. Slide, and then your rule goes here. So give that a try and get your name tallied off once you check it off. And so for number 9, this one is a composite graph. So I drew my triangle with my vertices, and you should pause this video and do that. But I have also done the first part. It says reflection across the x-axis. So remember, this is our x-axis. This is where x goes. Therefore, I did it 1 unit away, just like we learned during our reflection. So 1 unit, 1 unit. I'm going to plot these new points. So for my reflection, that was -2, -1. So y is equal to -2, -1. Our new point for z, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was -5, -2. And then for x, that was -3, -7. And now we have to do our translation. So to all our x's, I'm going to add 9. To all our y's, I'm going to add 2. So for my y, -9 and 2, that's going to be a +7. 1, -1 plus 2 is just a 1. So my new coordinates for y are 7, 1. For my x, a -3 plus 9, that's going to be a +6. 7 plus 2, is that -7? That's supposed to be a -7 plus 2, that is a -5. So my coordinates for x prime is 6, -5. And then for z, that's -5 plus 9, that is 4. -2 plus 2, that is 0. Our new coordinate points for z prime is 4, 0. So I'm going to plot these points. Oops. I'm going to plot those points and I will be finished. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is x prime. Y is going to be 7, 1. It's y prime. And then z is going to be 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. That is z prime. And this is my new image. And we are done. And so with that, I do want you guys to try number 10. Do it. The reflection is y equal to x, which, reminder, your little hint, that is a diagonal. If it's going in the positive x direction, then I take my line, draw it diagonally in a positive direction. Okay, so that's my hint. Go ahead, check it off, get your name checked off, get your name tallied off, and I will see you tomorrow.